So today I want to dedicate this talk not to everybody. Today I want to dedicate this speech just for women that don't feel confident. Women that they feel that they are not beautiful enough. Women that look at themselves in the mirror and they always something is not that perfect. You know, I don't know, my legs are too short, my hips are too big, and you know, for me to truly feel beautiful, if I had a tummy tuck, oh, then I would feel beautiful. But unfortunately, I'm dedicating this speech to 98% of the women in the world, because just 2% consider themselves beautiful. And 11% of teenager girls in the world, they are not comfortable in using the word beautiful to express who they are. And why am I talking about considering ourselves beautiful if I came in here to talk about Diva Dance to energize your life? Because through Diva Dance today, Diva Dance is a natural way to energize our body and our mind. So through Diva Dance today, I'm going to invite you to and share with you how our identity, our belief, who do we think we are, influence not just in our health, in our relationships, but in our energy levels. And why is it so important to talk about energy? When I talk about energy, I'm talking about the definition of the word energy comes from a Greek word energos, that means active working. So whatever we want to do in our lives, we need to know how to increase our energy. I love the theme of this event. Where can we grow from here? You cannot grow anywhere if you don't have energy, because that's how we are made. And I was start understand the power of energy actually when I moved from, you know, I met my Prince Charming, and he picked me up in his snowmobile and took me from Brazil to Fargo, North Dakota. Actually, I was sharing with Greg a little bit of my story that I was praying 3 months to meet my soulmate, and I had a dream, it's a true story. And in this dream, this man told me, I love you, but you need to travel to LA. So 2 weeks later, because I had time, I called my childhood friend, and I was in LA. That's a true story. And I was a few months in LA. I was taking women's studies at UCLA, and a woman, an older woman that was my husband's business partner, she was in a party, and she came to me and said, honey, who are you? What do you do? And I was a little tired of, you know, the LA, blah, blah, blah. I'm so-and-so, I know so-and-so. And I looked at the woman and said, you know what, I'm nobody. No, seriously, I'm nobody. I had this dream. I'm here for 3 months, and I'm crazy because, you know, I left everything because of this dream, and I believe I'm going to find my soulmate. And she looked at me and said, I know your soulmate. He's my friend. His name is Bill, and he's from Fargo, North Dakota. True story. I called him. I left him a message, and I said, hey, I think I'm going to be your wife. You should come and visit me. True story. So 6 months later, we got married. 6 months later was 20 below zero, and I realized that I didn't have a dream. I had a nightmare. But I'm still here, 7 years later. And today was a little kind of emotional day for me because 7 years ago when I moved here, my friend Trish, she invited me to come to Mike's first wellness event for women in Fargo. Dr. Peak was speaking. And she said, come with me. And I moved to Fargo. I had my daughter, Luisa. I gained 65 pounds that I couldn't lose in Brazil. I used to be a psychotherapist. I used to work and have books and, you know, going everywhere and speaking for 10,000 women. And it was kind of, you know, part of what I was doing before I moved to Fargo. And here I moved to Fargo. My father, that was my best friend, passed away. I gained 65 pounds. I lost my career. I lost my friends. I lost my connections. And I remember Trish invited me to come in here, and I sat in that table where you, beautiful, do like this. You, or yes. I was in that table because Trish, when I met her and I didn't know anybody, I wasn't comfortable with my English. I'm still not. But that time was really 7 years ago. I just moved here, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be with Trish. At least I'm not going to be alone. And then Trish met me outside, and she said, Chris, I'm so sorry, but Mikey Hovan, you know, the first lady, she invited me to stay in her table. And I was like, oh, that's fine. So I remember sitting there, and that feeling of, you know, looking my life the way that used to be and everything that I lost, and dealing with depression and the grief of losing my father, and trying to find my identity. And I remember that many days when I was, you know, for 2 years I struggled with this when I moved to Fargo, so it wasn't just that year. I remember many days feeling like the little girl. I don't know if you know this story. So it's a little girl that she doesn't want to go to school. She refused to go to school, so her mom said, you gotta go to school, get up. And she said, no, I don't wanna go, Mom. Nobody likes me there. They are mean to me. They don't treat me well, and I don't have any energy. I can't go. And her mom said, you need to get up. You need to go to bed. No, Mom, leave me alone. I can't do that. I'm feeling so, like, you know, tired, and I think people don't like me, and they are so negative, and I don't know what to do. And her mom said, get up. You need to get up. You need to go to school. And then the little girl said, Mom, just give me one good reason. Just one good reason for me to get up and go to school. And her mom looked at her and said, okay, I'll give you a good reason. Because you are the principal. So, I don't know if you're a principal, but I'm sure a lot of you here are moms, you're a businesswoman, you are a wife. Right now, maybe you are an ex-wife. And we have all these roles that we need to get up and go, and sometimes we don't find energy. And I know this feeling. When I was sitting on the table, I remember, you know, trying to lose weight and try to lose those 60 pounds, and everybody was like, oh, I have a secret. You know, why you don't do this diet, and why you don't do this? And I remember, like Michelle made this morning, I was in a grapefruit diet, because in Brazil we don't have a grapefruit. So for me, it was like, wow, it's a magical new fruit. You know, like some people here with acai. You know, acai is like orange in Brazil, but here's like acai, you know. And I was like, oh, grapefruit. And I saw that big. I was like, wow, what a big orange with this different color. And so I was like, I'm sure this is going to help me to lose weight. And I was in a grapefruit diet, and the only thing that I was thinking was, I need bananas. I want bananas. I can't stay 2-3 weeks eating this grapefruit diet. And I remember that's when the moment that I understood the power of energy and the power of understanding how can we naturally increase our energy. So I was watching this DVD, and I saw this woman. She was like, you know, after this workout, if you want to truly lose weight, you stay in a treadmill like for 45 minutes. And I was watching TV, and I was like, I didn't have the energy to change the channels. How could I have energy to stay 45 minutes in a treadmill? So what happens is, when we know what to do, we have the information, we have the knowledge, but we don't know how to naturally increase our energy, we are not going to make it. And then we are going to feel frustrated, we are going to end up blaming ourselves.